There is a kind of financial collapse that never makes the news until it is already over. It does not look like a stock market crash. It does not come with a headline. It shows up quietly inside households that look completely fine from the outside. Right now, across the United States and Canada, there are families who look successful on paper. Good job, nice house, newer car in the driveway. And yet, if you looked at their actual bank account today, you would find barely enough to survive 6 months without a paycheck. That is not a coincidence. That is a pattern. Once you understand the pattern, you will never look at a comfortable-looking family the same way again. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which financial habits quietly wreck middle-class families. You will also know exactly what to do instead. This is not about being lazy. This is not about not working hard enough. Most of the people falling into this trap are smart. They are hard workers. They just made decisions that made sense when the economy was going up. Then they kept making those same decisions after everything changed. 9 specific habits show up again and again inside families who quietly slide backward. Most families only have 1 or 2 of these habits active at a time, and they manage fine. The real danger starts when 2 or 3 of them stack together inside the same household. That combination is what turns a stable-looking family into a financial emergency within about 2 years. Let us go through all 9 one at a time, starting with the one that traps the most people first. Trap 1. The mortgage that owns you. The first trap is buying more house than your income can actually support. For years, buying a bigger home at the top of your budget was treated as the smart move. Prices only go up. That was the thinking, except when interest rates rise or a job disappears, that same mortgage turns from an asset into a leash. If your monthly mortgage payment eats up more than 30% of your household income, you are already in a risky zone. Cross 50%, and you are one missed paycheck away from serious trouble. Families who stretched to buy their dream home during the good years are now the same families quietly falling behind on payments during the hard years. Here's the part almost nobody talks about. A house is not actually a safe asset the moment you buy it. It becomes safer over years as you pay it down and as the market cooperates. Until then, it is a monthly obligation with your name attached to it. Keep that in mind. Trap number 2 is about to make this problem twice as dangerous. Trap 2. The one-income household. The second trap happens when one partner stops working entirely and the household becomes completely dependent on a single paycheck. It sounds romantic in the moment. One person focuses on the career, the other focuses on the home. Financially, this is one of the riskiest setups a family can choose. If the working partner gets laid off, there is no backup income coming in that same month. If the partner who stepped away from work has been out of the job market for 5 or 10 years, getting back in is brutal. Skills feel outdated. Confidence is shaken. Job offers, when they come, often pay a fraction of what that same person could have earned if they had never left. This is not an argument against one partner staying home. This is a warning about what happens when a family has zero income redundancy. Even a small second income is not just extra money. It is survival insurance for the whole household. Keep this one in your back pocket. Trap number 3 is about to hit a nerve for a lot of parents watching right now. Trap 3. The prestige school trap. The third trap is spending an enormous amount of money chasing prestige education without ever asking whether the return justifies the cost. Private school, from kindergarten through high school. Then an expensive out-of-state or international university on top of that. Some families spend the equivalent of a house down payment just to get their child a diploma with a famous name on it. Then that same graduate comes home and takes a job paying an ordinary starting salary just like everyone else. The math almost never works. This is not education anymore. This is an expensive way to feel like you did everything right as a parent. There is nothing wrong with investing in your child. There is a difference between investing and financially crippling your own future to buy a status symbol wrapped in a diploma. A strong public education plus real skill building will beat a prestige label almost every single time when you actually calculate the return. Trap 4. The reckless startup. The fourth trap is quitting a stable paycheck to start a business without a real plan and burning through a decade of savings in a single year. Entrepreneurship gets glamorized constantly online. What you rarely see are the numbers. The vast majority of new small businesses do not survive past their second year. Restaurants especially have brutal failure rates. People walk in thinking they are becoming the boss. What actually happens is they become the last person to get paid. After rent, after suppliers, after employees. This does not mean never start a business. This means never bet your entire financial foundation on an unproven idea with no safety net underneath it. The families who get wiped out are rarely the ones who tested an idea carefully on the side first. They are the ones who quit everything on day one and hoped hard work alone would cover the gap. Hope is not a financial plan. Trap 5. The too good to be true investment. The fifth trap is chasing an investment return that sounds too good to be true because your regular savings account interest rate feels disappointing. When bank interest rates drop, people with real savings start getting restless. That is exactly when the smooth-talking pitch shows up promising 15% guaranteed returns. Some people even put their own home up as collateral to chase it. These schemes almost never target people with no money. They target people who finally saved something and are impatient to make it grow faster. When it collapses, and it almost always does, the loss is not gradual. It is instant. If a return sounds impossible compared to everything else on the market, it usually is impossible. Someone is counting on your excitement to stop you from asking the obvious question. Trap 6. The lifestyle upgrade trap. The sixth trap is upgrading your spending faster than your income actually grows. This one is sneaky because it feels like a reward instead of a risk. You get a raise, so you get a nicer car. You get a bonus, so you upgrade the wardrobe. Income goes up by one level, and spending quietly goes up by 2 levels. On the outside, it looks like success. On the inside, the credit card balance is rotating from one month to the next and never actually shrinking. This is the trap that keeps otherwise high-earning households feeling broke no matter how much they make. The fix is not complicated, but it is uncomfortable. Let your lifestyle lag behind your income instead of leading it. Trap 7. The medical emergency. The seventh trap is a single serious medical emergency hitting a family that has no real financial cushion or adequate insurance coverage. This is one of the leading reasons financially stable households suddenly fall apart. A major diagnosis, a long hospital stay, an unexpected surgery costs stack up fast, and they do not wait for your paycheck schedule. Families who look completely secure can be one health crisis away from selling assets just to cover bills. This is exactly why an emergency fund and proper insurance coverage are not optional extras. They are the wall between an unlucky event and a full-blown financial disaster. Trap 8. The co-signed debt. The eighth trap is co-signing a loan for someone else out of guilt or obligation and ending up legally responsible for their debt. A friend or relative asks for help. Saying no feels awkward, so you sign. Then they default. Suddenly, a debt that was never yours is sitting entirely on your credit and your bank account. This is one of the fastest ways to inherit a financial crisis you did not create yourself. Trap 9. The empty network. The ninth trap is spending time and money chasing connections with successful people instead of building real value yourself. Being in someone's contact list means nothing if you have nothing to offer them. Real financial opportunity comes from what you can actually do. It does not come from how many important names are saved in your phone. Here is what actually protects a family when 2 or 3 of these traps hit at once. They rarely arrive alone. First, pay down high-interest debt immediately. Cash flow matters more than paper wealth when things get tight. Second, aim for 2 incomes in the household whenever possible. Even a small second income creates a real safety net. Third stop, overspending on prestige for its own sake. That includes a school. That includes a car. That includes a home you cannot comfortably afford. Fourth, keep a real emergency fund in safe, boring places like savings accounts, treasury bills, or guaranteed investment certificates. Do not chase risky bets with money you cannot afford to lose. Fifth, keep proper insurance coverage active at all times. It transfers your biggest risks onto someone else for a small, predictable cost. None of this happens because people are lazy or foolish. It happens because the habits that worked during good economic years quietly stop working once conditions shift. Most people keep running the old playbook without noticing the game changed underneath them. Financial security is not about how much you earn. It is about how much of what you earn you can actually keep, protect, and grow when the unexpected shows up. If this video made you rethink even one of your own habits, that is the whole point. Subscribe for more breakdowns like this one. The next video might just save you from the exact trap you did not see coming. Take one habit from this list today and fix it this week. Small corrections made early are what separate a family that bends during a hard year from a family that breaks